Pay attention. Attention, please. So we have 4 types of pitches. This is the low pitch, the medial pitch, the high pitch, and the rising pitch. Okay? We need to see their use in English. In the English sentences, we speak about declarative sentences, we speak about WH questions, yes-no questions, and the attitude of speakers in expressing himself either or herself by echoing questions or echo questions or other types of attitudes, feelings, the feelings of the speaker. Okay? So, we have different types according to these pitches. We have them configured in 6 types according to Kharma and Hajjaj. We are going to touch them one by one very quickly and very briefly. Okay? So we have the high fall intonation. This type of pitch or this type of intonation, the high fall. Here the voice starts high and then falls to a low pitch. Okay? It's used for polite and friendly interrogative questions. Okay? You have the topic word at the end of the question, rises, then falls. What did you buy? What did you buy? What did you buy? Okay? Buy, here we have buy, rising, then falling. According to numbers, the low is number 1, the mid is number 2, the high is number 3, the high pitch, and the rising pitch is number 4. So this one is 3, 1. So you can just have a contour line on the word buy at the end of the question. So it is 3, 1. Also, it is used with verbless structure. I say, well, okay, well, it is again high, fall, 3, 1, okay? And also we use this talk in the end of declarative sentences, declarative descriptive sentences. Once you describe, for example, your flat, any one of the tenants come to rent your flat, for example, you show him or her, this is the dining room, this is the lounge, this is the kitchen, that's the sitting room, and that's the dining room. That's the dining room. Okay? The last sentence, it is 3, 1. Okay? So the high fall, the high fall intonation, the voice starts high and falls to a low pitch as we mentioned. Okay? It's used in polite, friendly, and verbless structure. Will, okay? It's high fall, 3, 1. Also in polite and friendly interrogative structure. What did you eat? What did you eat? Eat. Okay, the last one, it is 3, 1. Okay? Also, it's used in polite, friendly, imperative structure. Call me soon. Call me soon. Call me soon. 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 Rise, fall. Okay? The high fall. For the high fall, it is again the same thing. It is continued explanation. It is used with polite affirmative sentences as we mentioned. That's the dining room. Once you describe something, okay, the flat or whatever you like, so that's the dining room. Okay? Also in demanding agreement, in tag question, we use rise, fall. Okay? You aren't serious, aren't you? Aren't you? You start high, then fall. Number 2 is high rise. The voice starts low or medium pitch and rises to a high pitch. Starts low, number 2, then rises to number 3. Okay? It is used in different ways. Once you ask someone to repeat, you say, sorry, pardon me, excuse me. Okay? Here we can have this meaning by asking, what did you hear? Okay, what did you see? What did you see? I went to the zoo yesterday and I have seen lots of animals, lots of beasts. I've seen the lion, the tiger, and a hyena. What did you see? What did you see? This means I need the speaker to repeat. Okay? So it is 2, 3. Again, if you need explanation for something the speakers or the speaker utter, this is done by using the high rise intonation. Okay, I've taken my PhD in London University. London, okay, London, it is to rise. This means that the listener needs more information about London. I say, for example, Papua New Guinea applied yesterday for having a membership in the United Nations General Assembly. Papua New Guinea, you raise your voice in Papua New Guinea. This means that you don't know about this state lots of information, and you need the speaker to supply you of more information. Okay? In echo questions, also use the high rise. Mid, high. 2, 3. Okay? For example, Maryam attended the class. Maryam attended the class. Maryam attended the class. So you raise your voice on class. The class. This is 2, 3. Okay? Also for expressing astonishment or admiration, we use the high rise. Do I know you? Do I know you? Okay? Once expressing agreement, as I mentioned, in question tag we use also high rise. You like to drink tea? Don't you? Don't you? You raise your voice on you. 2, 3. Yes.
This is high rise or low rise?
high rise. صلحيها عندك في الكتاب. في خطأ في الكتاب. high rise. Number 3, low fall. The voice starts at medium pitch, then falls to a low pitch. يعني 2, 1. 2, 1. Medium, then low. Okay? This is to express reserved expressions. Okay? Careless and not interested expressions. Okay? So, for example, I can tell you that according to your timetable, we have comparative linguistics taught to you by Dr. عامر. You say, who? Who? This means that you express reserved feeling towards the lecturer. Okay? I say, John is coming to attend the class today. Who? This means that you don't like John to come. Okay? Who? Also, once expressing verbal structure, reserved verbal structure, we mean that I went, for example, I went for making shopping yesterday with my daughter, so I bought her a very nice Islamic uniform. You see? Good. 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 This means that you don't mind. So it is 2-1. Okay? Also in polite imperative structure, once you show someone the way to somewhere. For example, the Islamic University of Gaza, from Palestine Square. You met a tourist in Palestine Square who asked you about the location of the Islamic University. You say to him, go down the street, leave the second 2 traffic lights, then turn left and go along the street until reaching the following traffic light, then turn right and go about for 10 minutes, then turn left again. Turn left again. Okay? So the last sentence, turn left again, is used in 2-1. Okay? Low fall. You see? Also, it is used in serious and considered expression in a form of imperative structure. Okay? This is serious imperative structure. It is also 2-1. What does he say? What does he say? If you attend a court, for example, and you have the magistrate utters a sentence against the suspect, and you are one of the audience who just brew the suspect. Okay? So you hear the sentence and you say, what did he say? What did he say? This means that you reject the sentence of the magistrate, for example. Also, this can be available in the affirmative serious structure. Once you say, for example, linguistics is a science which studies languages. You say, that's right. That's right. This means that you understand and you know fully this information. Okay? That's right. That's right. Okay? Number 4, the low rise. Here we have the voice starts low and rises to a medium pitch. Okay? It starts low and rises to a medium pitch. This is 1-2. Okay? This can be used in friendly and polite expressions in an interrogative structure. Do you live near here? Do you live near here? I don't say, do you live near here? It's quite impolite. Okay? Do you live near here? Do you live near here? So the word here at the end is of medium pitch. Do you live near here? Also, once you express detached, reserving statement about, for example, a judgment or whatever, you say, what did you say? What did you say? This means that you don't agree. Okay? What did you say? And also, in giving orders or imperative structure, once you feel very confident, once you give orders, for example, press the button. Press the button. Button is quite high. Press the button. Okay? Also, once you express confident and reassuring expressions in a form of interrogative structure with expression with a question like, where have you bought it? Where have you bought it? You know the location, but you ask him or her confidently about the place which you already know it. So you remind the speaker saying, where have you bought it? Where have you bought it? Bought it, طبعا, number 2, and the rest of the sentence number 1. This shows that you know the place. Number 5, the full rise. Here the voice starts high, then falls, then rises. Starts high, fall, then rises. Okay? This to express partial agreement. Once you partially agree on something, okay? He's flying to London. He's flying to London. This means that you partially agree for him to traveling to London, okay? You are not fully agreed about that, okay? She's flying to Greece. She's flying to Greece. This means that you agree reluctantly. يعني بكل كراهية أنت موافقة. Okay? Also, this can be done in expressing warning in imperative structure. Okay? Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Okay? Mind the gap. High, fall, rise. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. You find this in loudspeakers in any of the British railway stations. Okay? The officials there or the employees there warn the travelers, okay, from a gap between the train and the platform. So you find the loudspeaker always says, mind the gap. Mind the gap. Okay? Gap is rise. Mind high. Mind the gap. The طبعا fall. Okay? We have number 6, rise fall, where the voice starts in a medium pitch or low pitch, then rises and then falls. So 2, 3, 1. Okay? This can be, you have the word fantastic. Fantastic. Okay? You see it with number 2, 3, 1. Fantastic. Lovely. That's lovely. Okay? 2, 3, 1. Okay? This is to express admiration. Okay? This also can be expressed by affirmative structure like, it was lovely. It was lovely. How was the class yesterday? You say, it was lovely. Okay? How was the weather? Fantastic. Okay? How was the test? Fantastic. Okay? Yes. Before going to see this, I need to let you see this video film about the stress, the intonation system. Once again. So it is a lecture about the intonation, the stress, and the summary of the stress and the different suprasegmental phonemes, but in American English. American English.
Does not come to those who fall asleep.
Hi, and welcome back. Again, my name is Paul Gruber, and this is the Pronunciation Workshop's 13th training session. In this session, we will cover phrase reductions and intonation. Okay, what do I mean by phrase reductions? Well, in conversational English, words are often broken down or not fully pronunciated. 2 and 3 words are sometimes squeezed together to create easy-to-say phrases. I'll show you what I mean. Look at this phrase, going to try. When we reduce the phrase, it becomes gonna try. All we do is combine the words. I'm gonna try to finish this book. Repeat it with me. Gonna try. Want to eat becomes want to eat. Do you want to eat at 7 o'clock? Repeat with me. Want to eat? Have to start becomes have to start. I really have to start studying for that test. Repeat. Have to start. Has to try becomes has to try. He has to try harder. Repeat. Has to try. Got to leave becomes gotta leave. I really gotta leave in 15 minutes. Repeat. Gotta leave. Ought to believe becomes ought to believe. She really ought to believe what he is saying. Repeat. Ought to believe. Out of bed becomes out of bed. I got out of bed when I heard the alarm clock. Repeat. Out of bed. Did you go becomes did you go. Did you go to the store? Repeat. Did you go. Would he help becomes would he help? Would he help me move the furniture? Repeat. Would he help? Won't you play becomes won't you play? And don't forget about that correct O sound in the word won't. Won't you play one more song on the piano? Repeat. Won't you play? Didn't you know becomes didn't you know? Didn't you know that she was coming home tomorrow? Repeat. Didn't you know? Is he becomes is he? Is he the one that called? Repeat. Is he? What do you want becomes what do you want? Repeat. What do you want? Give it to me becomes give it to me. Give it to me right now. Repeat. Give it to me. Very good. You'll find the better you get at speaking English, the more you will be using these phrase reductions. The key is to still be easily understood. You'll find that almost all of the rules that I have taught you, especially the ones having to do with voicing, remain the same. In the last example, give it to me, the only big change comes from the T's being pronounced as D's. And this happens because the T's fall between two vowel sounds. If you remember in American pronunciation, when T's fall between two vowels, they become voiced and are pronounced as D's. Now, even though you may at times speak quickly and use these reduced phrases in your conversations, you will still be easily understood as long as you continue to use the pronunciation rules that I've been showing you throughout this program. Okay, now we are going to talk about intonation. English is a very musical language. As we speak, our words and phrases go all the way up, and then they come all the way down, much like music does. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to give you a good example of intonation. This keeps our speech interesting, and it helps to get our message across. Now, listen to this. Many foreign-born speakers of English use a flat intonation pattern or a monotone. This can create uninteresting and misunderstood speech. Everything is very flat. Okay? I hope you can see from that example what I'm talking about. Monotone speech can be very boring and difficult to listen to. Use correct intonation to make people want to listen to you. It's generally easy to guess what country a speaker is from just by their accent. Each language has its own characteristic rhythm and melody. Some languages use a wide range of tones and changes in pitch, with the melody going up and coming down, and other languages sound very flat. These characteristics of a language are called intonation. Even though they distinguish one language from another, they are rarely taught. Now, in American English, words that carry the highest informational value in a sentence are given more emphasis with increased loudness, a higher pitch, and sometimes a longer duration. Listen to my intonation and notice how I slowly step up and then I work my way down again. Listen to the following made-up advertisement for Diane's Donuts. Listen to how the words in each sentence are stressed. Have you ever tried one of Diane's Donuts? They are so delicious. I have eaten many different kinds of donuts from all over the country. However, I have never tasted anything quite like donuts made by Diane. I have been told that she uses the finest and freshest ingredients that money can buy. The best flour, the best eggs, and the best milk. I am sure that once you taste these incredible donuts, you will run and tell all of your friends. Now, I recommend that you practice that paragraph again along with me. Do your best at emphasizing the important words by increasing your loudness as well as raising your pitch. Okay? Very good. Now let's talk about asking questions. Notice how my voice goes up at the end of a question like this. Are you sleeping? And notice how my voice comes down at the end of a sentence that is not a question, like this. He is not sleeping. Very often, if you don't use proper intonation when asking a question, the person you are speaking to won't understand that you even asked them a question to begin with. So rising up at the end of a question is very important. Okay, now let's talk about syllable stress. In words that contain more than one syllable, there is always one syllable which receives the most stress or given a higher pitch. Now, although there are many exceptions, it is most common that two-syllable words have stress on the first syllable. Let's go over some examples. Repeat after me. Sofa, oven, after, finger, station, second, enter, often, uncle, carpet, father, children, walking, jacket, lucky, comment. Good. Now here are a few two-syllable words that are stressed on the second syllable. Delete, decline, survive, protect, adopt, advance, below, resolve, advice, acquit, control, arrive, involve, massage, disease, relate. Very good. Now again, although there are exceptions, most three-syllable words are stressed on the second syllable. Reduction, arrangement, audition, companion, detective, ambitious, companion, appliance, discover, unlawful, conclusion, assemble, adjustment, affected, acceptance, ferocious. Very good. Practice using syllable stress in these sentences. The pictures are fantastic. He needs permission to find a solution. The party is an honor behavior on their vacation. Very good. You know, stress and intonation can have a big impact on the meaning you are trying to get across. Let's compare some of these sentences. Joe drinks cheap wine. Sue only drinks expensive wine. Don't forget his birthday. We would never forget his birthday. She's planning to leave tomorrow. He made plans to leave a month ago. The teachers' meeting is at 9 o'clock. The students announced that they will never have a meeting. My telephone isn't working. The telephone needs to work by lunchtime. He's painting his house blue and green. Your house would look terrible if it were green. Very good. Well, I hope you had fun with this session. You may want to watch this one again and go over it a few more times. Now when you are speaking to people in English, try to bring more intonation into your conversations. You will find that you'll be better understood. Thank you for watching. I'm Paul Gruber.
Fall, rise. Only two types in English. And for the stress, I gave you estimate rules about how using the stress in one-syllabic words, in two-syllable words, or more than that, depending on the suffix, either tion or ious or sion, etc. I gave you a full explanation about that. This meets with what explained in the video. So we need you now to revise the types of intonation and to practice this. Next time you are going to have a quiz on intonation. Okay? Next time you'll have a quiz on intonation, either two types, rising or falling. So you have sentences to be given to you, and then you have to write after each sentence whether this ends with rising or falling intonation. That's it. Okay? And we need to have your presentations for next time for presenting how to teach intonation system. Okay? خليكم لسه ما خلصناش ربع ساعة. We have still remains the intonation in Arabic. Okay? Okay, this will be next time. We have three types of intonation in Arabic. We are going to introduce them at the very beginning of the class, and then I leave the floor for you for introducing your presentations. Okay? So try to email us your presentations in advance. Okay? You can just email Ibtihal as we mentioned last time.